So we got 8 laps on StadVolt. Is going to be kicking it off here. Now, reminder, everyone is going to be on the Humma. If you see people with different Humma skins, maybe a white skin, there's only going to be black and white, the original black skin as well as the white skin. The white skin indicates that they have gotten a strike, they have lost their extra life. And actually, that reminds me, we have not laid out the details. We can go ahead and start the first track, but I will go quick into the details.
So will we do 2 strikes in the end?
Yes, we will be doing 2 strikes. So allow me to explain the knockout system while we are getting started here, if everyone's ready. Essentially, 2 strikes will be handed out every single race. Now, in normal knockout sessions, that would mean that those racers are eliminated. In this session, it will not be so. You have 2 lives in this session. Think of it as having an extra life. If you receive a strike, you will switch to the white Humma skin, and it will show that you are on your last life. If you are, if you come in the bottom 2 with the white Humma skin, you are fully eliminated from the race. So that's how it's going to play out. And let's see.
So Ashen gets a good starting position, Famous as well. Famous gets off to a good start. So he's gonna be leading. Ashen has to go on the ramp. Vergamer is running second behind them.
Doing very well.
BGM is third. Yeah, I did not expect that. Although they are sliding around.
Not quite able to find that consistency exactly. Now, I am curious, do you think anyone out of these racers is especially prepared to be using the Humma? Do you think they're all about the same level?
I can safely say that about Kiki. But recently there have been a bit of an increased usage in Humma. Not necessarily because of this event. It's independent. But we've seen a Humma exclusive. And I'm pretty sure Kiki did put on a fight in that one. And I'm not expecting Famous to do that well, but still, he's running well so far, so he probably practiced knowing him.
Right.
Kiki has crashed out, so now Fem is leading in front of BGM and Frost.
Now, something to note about this race, while it is important that you get first place to be able to choose the next track in the track pool, it doesn't matter for much else, right? We are mostly going to be concerned with who is in the bottom here, because that will ultimately lead to their elimination. But headed to the first track here, of course, we can use these positions to get a good gauge of how the event might go. We see Frost going for a bit of a skip. Not going to go too well in his favor. Yeah, BGM really tearing it up.
Jumping into him.
Yes.
They're choosing different paths. Frost is going to go on the right here. I think that's because of BGM being on the left. Is he going to do an over-under? Yes, he is. So now Frost is in second again, but BGM is still very close and actually running strong. Seems like BGM is good on Humma.
Sorry about that.
And Fem has spun on the bridge, and that loses him 3 positions. Let's have a look at the back though, because it seems like Vergamer is gonna get a strike so far.
It's not looking super good for him. It is only halfway through the track. Vergamer maybe getting a bit of a warm-up here. But with 10 racers, we're going to have 2 people getting a strike. So Nick is not safe. Bimmy is not safe. Powerade is not even safe at this moment. One small mistake from any of them could set them back quite badly. There is a pretty sizable mistake from Bimmy. He is going to be able to recover, notably with the Humma. Does have quite excellent recovery. So some of these mistakes perhaps not going to matter as much. Trying to find his grounding there. Going to be 50 meters behind Nick at this point.
This one is going to matter quite a bit.
Absolutely.
He's now 40 meters behind. So
well, we see Nick, Power, and Ashen in a bit of a fight right there as they go under the car, all going to be dodging the oil. But they might get into a bit of a tussle, and it could have a negative effect, just like it did on Bimmy, the previous lap.
Nick does a double overtake
Amazing.
on the other line. He
Tries to go for the shortcut, yeah.
Action pushed him out of it. The 3 people being this close might have an effect of crashing one of them.
Exactly.
Although Nick is now pulling away a bit, at least for now. We'll see if he can keep it up. Powerit and Ashen are still really close, and turn 1 is tight. Yeah, Powerit has to lift a bit. I think he could have gone better. Could have been faster in the turn if it wasn't for Ashen on the inside of him. Oh, and he's gonna slide around.
He holds on though. Still has 50 meters on Bimmy. Let's see, let's check out the front before we head on to our last lap. We do have Kiki and BGM fighting it out. BGM is a racer on Revolt Americas where they do pretty much the same track list daily. So for him to be bringing out on a track like StadVolt that maybe isn't as familiar with, it's definitely boding well for BGM. We see a big gap between 3rd place and 4th place, but 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all tightly grouped. So Fam, BGM, and Kiki. Now let's head back to the back.
The race. Beam is gonna get a strike.
It's 100 meters. It's gonna need a miracle.
A huge mistake,
no,
yeah,
it is gonna be Bimmy getting a strike here on the first track, as well as Gamer, and that is going to be StadVolt completed. So the winner of this track was Kiki. Kiki chooses Moon Dawn. Okay, so I am going to be marking each of the tracks. We have StadVolt has been chosen once. Moon Dawn has been chosen once. Hello to all of our chatters. Welcome, welcome. Glad y'all are enjoying so far. We are headed over to Moon Dawn, which is going Moon Yan. It is going to be a bit the opposite of a yawn because it's a bit of a crazy map. People in the chat who maybe aren't familiar with Moon Dawn, you're gonna see some crazy stuff happen on this track.
It's almost the longest track time.
I believe it is. Did you think that one was longer?
School's out. School's out.
Oh, you mean okay. I thought you meant in this event.
Yeah, the one's frequent.
In this event, it is the longest.
Frequently raised.
Good. I might have done a signature mistake. No, I included the skin in the pack. We do in my download. We do have the white Humma coming out. Now, Gamer did not switch, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and continue with the race.
I just remembered.
What was that?
Will remember, like.
Yes. We not too many racers with the strikes at this point, so. And we do see Powerade getting off to Lopesca as well, getting off to a very rough start. Now, Gamer was looking all right. He does hit the slime in that pool. Now, BGM's getting caught in the moon rocks over here. BGM's going to have to make his way around on the surface of the moon. He does make it through. Does not manage to get away from Lopesca, though. Now, they need to head up over. They do. Do they take the shortcut? It looks like... yeah, that was the shortcut. Not going to be going for it. They're fighting out. Now, that's a scary part of this track, too, is it not? That part specifically, it is not the best terrain. It's very easy to lose your gripping, but they both managed to hold on. Now we see 2 different paths being taken. Very interesting. Will there be a collision? Bimmy have some trouble.
Yeah, that's a really hard turn, I think, with Humma. That's a tight 90-degree right. And you're coming at it at full speed. And Lopesca crashes dead from the dirt.
Man.
That's also a bit hard, I think, because of the fact that it's a bit downhill and also dirt.
Yes, so that is a bit... that's a bit tough for Lopesca. He might be a little bit... I mean, Moon Dawn has been around, right? I think all of these racers definitely should be pretty used to Moon Dawn. But Humma, it is a bit of a tricky card. They've got 4 laps. We'll see. Lopesca is able to straighten it out. He is on the chopping block for the moment. But you'll notice BGM has fallen back quite a lot. I do believe he was in 2nd place.
They're in a really close fight with Lopesca. And one of them is gonna get. If it
That's
stays
right.
like this, one of them is gonna get a strike.
Yeah,
Although
BGM caught on the moon
not
rocks.
far ahead. Bimmy is not far ahead either.
Did you just see what happened to Lopesca? Lopesca going for a big jump. He isn't going to manage to stick the landing though. Tries to, well, not necessarily tries to, but inadvertently spinning over into BGM, but BGM dodges him and keeps it going. It's going to be a 15-meter gain, maybe 20-meter gain for BGM here. Oh, BGM catching up to Bimmy. Looks like Bimmy might have had a mistake or two on the way.
Oh, Bimmy messes up the same place as the last lap.
And it is a tricky spot. I am definitely a victim of that spot many times. But hate to see it happen twice in a row. Now, BGM and Lopesca have not fully gotten away, and you'll see two cars are within their vision. It's going to be Ashen as well as Powerade trying to make their getaway, but haven't been fully successful in doing that so far. Looking all right for the moment.
Oh, Famous had a bit of a leg strike. I've just noticed that, but it seems like he's still doing okay. I think the top three should be safe as long as their internet stays safe.
Right.
But behind them, anyone is in danger.
Absolutely.
They're really close together. Wargamer is far behind.
Let's see how they handle the moon rocks. Kiki struggling. Powerade makes it straight through. BGM gonna opt to take the slow route as well as Ashen. Ashen taking the slow route and runs into the rocks just a little bit. And now Lopesca looked like he was struggling as well as Bimmy. So that is going to be a sizable difference that has begun to develop on the back of that moon sequence. We got Lopesca and Bimmy, but I see some changes possibly happening. Did Bimmy go for... No, Bimmy did not go for the shortcut. It's going to remain 60-meter lead by Ashen.
The position nodes in that section can get confused because of the shortcut, but it does not necessarily mean that he's going for it.
Got it.
So it's between Bimmy and Lopesca, I think, and if you know this, the last two people are the same as in the previous race. But Bimmy has just passed Lopesca, so that changes. And this means that Lopesca could get a first strike if they finish like that. However, Bimmy is 10 meters ahead only, so there's still a lap to go. So we'll see how they can finish.
Right. Now Bimmy's feet are really being held to the fire right now. But, you know, it's only 2 strikes that you get total. So I'm sure Lopesca's not feeling too good in the situation. He's got to be feeling better than Bimmy, though, because Bimmy, his entire tournament life is on the line in this moment. Got 1 entire lap, which equates to about, 1 minute 15 seconds of racing left. 5 meters separating.
Lopesca is now ahead again, but Bimmy is not far. He's going a bit slow here, but just to be safe. Lopesca makes this much better though, and now there's 50 meters between them.
Lopesca nails it.
Moondawn is a long track though.
It is.
There's more than half a lap left, and Lopesca crashes out a bit here. Bimmy does the same.
Yeah.
They are small losses, but they equal each other.
Well,
in that section.
Now that you say it, we're looking at about 50 to 60 meters that Bimini is going to need to make up at this point.
Yeah, it's up to Lopesca to not mess it up. And if Bimmy gets 9th, he's out. Just like Wargamer, although Wargamer is already 600 meters behind. I don't think there's a way to bounce back at this point. Frost wins the race in the meantime, so he's gonna be able to pick.
Exactly.
He had a comfortable win. He had a comfortable lead the whole race. Lopesca is probably gonna get 8 unless
he's looking nice. He might do something crazy. It doesn't look like it. Not gonna go for the Vakova moment where it tries to do a spin around. Okay, so it is going to unfortunately be Bimmy eliminated as well as Wargamer. We are going to have no white Hummas in the pool, and we will be heading to Museum 2. Bimmy saying I made it in time for the race, only to be eliminated 2 tracks later. Hate it for him.
Oh, what he's saying makes sense.
It does,
And
yeah.
yes, Erzu F for those two.
Bimmy didn't know if he was even going to be able to make it to the race, so it makes sense.
Yeah, he was a bit of a late entry, I'd say. Like, he knew that he wanted to race, and he did sign up early. He
Where
just
gamer?
didn't know he could make it. I'm still gonna wait for them.
Yeah. That was a nice little shortcut jump by Gamer there. I'm not sure how familiar Gamer is with the entire track pool, but it showed a little bit off there. Is going to be finishing it up. So unfortunate for the two of them. F for both of them, indeed. And headed on to our third track. So that means we have chosen 3 tracks one time. StadVolt, Moondawn Museum 2. And are yet to choose Cliffside Court, Aspenside, Jailhouse Rock.
And we're gonna be going to Museum 2.
Now, Museum 2, a classic track. I do believe it's our only stuck track from the original game. Stable track for the most part.
So we have no white skins again, because the 2 white skins were eliminated and Ashen gets crashed just as Powerade. So they're the bottom 2 now.
Nick
also crashes.
Playing with
and
those dinosaur hands. Yeah,
he
big.
loses 40 meters.
Big loss. So, like I was saying, this track is one of the more stable tracks, which means mistakes matter that much more. But if I know Nick, I know that 40 meters is not unrecoverable. So we will see if he is able to bring it back over these next 7 laps, as Powerade has a bit of trouble at the very end. Would you even call it chicanery sequence there?
I would call it a chicane, a fast chicane, and it's really hard with Humma.
Yes.
You go in with full speed and you take a fast right and left. And Humma can slide when you turn at full speed. I think that was the issue on Moondawn as well, for Bimi. And Powerade ran into the same issue here.
Now,
It's Ashen and Lopezka for 5th and 6th. But it's also the most interesting part is Powerade and Nikon. Can they catch back up? Yes. Well, at least they can close it a bit after Ashen crashes in the
having some trouble on that chicane, absolutely. And now keep in mind, Nick and Powerade are both on the chopping block right now. They're going to need, for example, Powerade will need to pass Nick and Ashen, or Nick and someone else who's back here.
But Powerade crashes in that section, just running straight into the wall. That was a bit of a big mistake. He lost 40 meters with that.
It's definitely not an area that you want to be messing up at. We will see. We have, headed on to lap number 4 here. Nick holding on during the chicane.
He survived it using the wall ride, and now Ashen crashes with a spin. Nick hits him. That might have been an even bigger loss because of that.
So Nick does emerge safe by about 25 meters for the moment. It is going to be Ashen and Powerade. Powerade's got his work cut out for him here. 50 meters, 55 behind Ashen at this point.
Yes, and the race is between Nick and Ashen right now. Lopezka is not far either. Kiki is 30 meters ahead of them. The whole field is... Everyone is separated by like 30 meters or less. So the whole field is fairly close still.
Now especially...
If someone crashes...
No, continue.
If someone crashes...
Just like Lopezka just did. Nick going to be passing Lopezka. Now Lopezka is going to be one removed from elimination territory. Now he does have a nice buffer.
Yes.
About 70 meters.
Ashen has crashed at the same spot. So
hate that.
That gives back the advantage to Lopezka. We'll see how they can do these final 3 laps.
Okay, so the distance between Powerade and Ashen is going to be about the same distance between Ashen and Lopezka. So Powerade got a lot of work to do here. Ashen, not necessarily out. It is, like you said in the last track, I believe, it is going to be up to Lopesca to make a mistake here in these final two laps.
Powerade definitely doesn't have a high chance of coming back from here. Ashen might, and that depends on Lopesca. Lopesca could still crash once or twice, and Ashen has a chance in that case. Powerade needs both of them to lose a lot of time, because he needs to pass both Lopesca and Ashen. Also, we have a battle out front between Frost and Famous.
Let's tune into that.
By 8 meters.
They've got 80 meters on third place too. Which, note that BGM in third place. This is a track on RVA. So BGM turning out on RVA and non-RVA tracks so far. And now what I was going to say is when the racers are tightly grouped, areas like that shortcut in the planetarium are pretty important because you have to slow down for them, right? So it could be, it could have been quite an area of contention. Did not turn out to be so for this race. Now Lopesca just has to tackle the chicane, and he does.
Okay, so Ashen gets strike number 1 and Powerade gets strike number 1.
Absolutely. Frost will be choosing the next track here as well. We got...
We've been going in order so far. So I take it Frost's strategy is that he knows that Famous is decent on this track. So he's gonna use it up now. And in the finals, Famous can pick this track.
Well, an important note about the finals is that the pool resets and you can choose each track one time. So it's the current track pool is not going to be relevant to the finale phase track pool, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So this is mostly relevant. We see Lopesca having a bit of an error. Now nobody having an error on the escalator. Ashen also having some trouble there. But yeah, as I was saying, with regards to the track pool, you can still do it strategically, right? But it will only apply before the final phase.
Oh, Ashen was really close to crashing the walls in the chicane. The outside on the exit. He managed to get through though.
It is Lopesca and Ashen. Very
after get.
Yes, no, we keep talking over each other. It's totally fine. You go ahead.
So Powerade after getting a strike is doing well. He's running third in this one. He's going safe on the shortcut. He's not going for the shortcut.
Right, yeah. And we see Nick actually getting very close. He actually went up the other side of the escalator. I was wondering what was happening. Powerade having trouble in the chicane section, and he is going to be falling back.
The chicane caused the fall of many people in the previous race, and it seems like this race is not any different. Ashen gets crushed there. He's still not so far behind, so he still has a chance of bouncing back.
Does recover.
Nick crashes on the exit of the planetarium.
They're all choosing to not go with the shortcut there. And when I said planetarium last track, I guess I meant that control room area where they've got that little shortcut.
Oh.
But oh no, it was my fault. But what I was trying to say is any portions where they're gonna have to slow down in tight corridors can lead to potential issues. And while I'm saying it, we see Powerade almost getting spun around by Nick.
Nick almost did an over-under, but Powerade was on the inside, so he couldn't pull it off. And then Nick went way too aggressive into that turn, so he couldn't do the exit. Powerade is fighting for his life here. Nick has no strikes here.
A very important note. Powerade definitely has the pressure on him. 3 laps remaining.
Yeah, is the pressure gonna be good for his performance or bad?
Ooh, Lopesca! Choosing not to go up the escalator on any of the sides, trying to go up through the median. It's not gonna work out for him. He's gonna have to do a big reset.
Powerade and Nick are fighting for fifth.
Now, a spin out of either of them could put them in elimination territory if they're not able to recover well from it.
Exactly.
Ooh!
And Nick crashes in the chicane.
Nick possibly
So
feeling the pressure from Powerade right behind him, and didn't want to slow down or anything, which I don't think. I guess you shouldn't. But yeah, the chicane has been a serious issue for many of the racers here.
So Nick is 6 and Lopezka is 7. So far it's Nick
has to do a full repo, and he is going to be repoing straight into 7th place. Hits the doorway, and Ashen messes up with the chicane as well. It's not looking good for Ashen. Now Nick can still recover. He's got 2 laps remaining.
It's only like 30 meters between each of them. So if both Nick and Lopezka make mistake, Ashen still has a chance. Oh, that was a really bad mistake though. Ashen might be giving up here.
Now,
The bigger question at the moment is Lopezka or Nick, because Powerade is
Absolutely.
70 meters ahead.
and important to note here, neither one of these racers have gotten their stripe yet. Powerade safely escaping by the looks of it from the jaws of Lopezka and Nick. Nick needs to find something. I don't think he has enough time to do it.
He can go for the cut. He can go for the cut. He will
He
go
tries
for the cut.
it.
He messes it up.
Yeah. So it is going to come down to the chicane here. Been lots of mistakes here. Ooh,
Lopezka
they
finishes.
both nail it at the end. It is going to be Nick. Ashen going to be eliminated. Nick switching over to the white Humma.
Survive.
Yeah, he was back there for a little while. Does manage to find 5th place. Frostbitten going to be using the last museum too. Ashen, bit harder on himself here. Now he was just entered into the cup yesterday, so he didn't have too much time to prepare either. I see the chat turning it up. Glad to see y'all are enjoying yourselves. So, I believe we've got 2 white Hummas on the field at this point. Powerade and Nick Earn. Oh, Kiki is actually going to be having a serious issue at that turn. I'm sure that there was a bit of other cars ramming. Lopezka also having some trouble, and it's going to be the 2 of them occupying the back.
BGM also pushed Powerade up in the wall. It was not a big loss, but it was an interesting incident.
Kiki, shortcut. Nails it.
Definitely gained a few meters there. So this time Fam is leading so far. Which means, I mean, Frost is in 2nd. I'm not exactly sure of Frost's strategy. I'm pretty sure this is a good track for Famous though.
Frost is in the bottom 2 presently. Now, will it remain like that? We will see. But that was a huge mistake on the escalators. They're both going for the shortcut, him and Kiki. It's going to work out all right. Powerade, not feeling too comfortable.
Kiki's blocking Frost, I think.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna try anything a bit dirty. Like, he must know that Frost is one of his closest rivals.
We did not make any
session.
rules about no bumping or something like that, so.
Oh, Kiki's gonna have a really good turn there, and he's on the back of Powerade now.
He is
Powerade
really...
is gonna slide here.
They are
And
both...
Frost makes it.
both
Frost is going
really...
around the cut.
Yes, they are applying pressure to Powerade. They got past them, so they're taking it chill. And now Powerade does have 80 meters on Lopezka here, but it's not enough. He needs to find more than that. Specifically on one of these other racers, if he wants to stay out of elimination territory.
Yeah, Powerade is driving to survive again.
Once again.
He's still really close. Lopesca is far behind, but he has no strikes yet. So even if he does finish last, that he could be safe. He would not get eliminated. Famous is having Logan Mayan.
Famous is 50 meters ahead though, and it's going to be Nick in second place. So Nick's got to be feeling pretty good. He did lose his extra life, but he's feeling all right here. Powerade, on the other hand, has lost some ground. Now, he was chasing Kiki and Frostbitten, which, as you mentioned, are definitely going to be some of the front runners in this cup. And they, so it's a tough ask, and they're catching up on BGM. Frost having a little bit of trouble, didn't go for the shortcut, but losing a little bit. But I mean, it's not really going to be amounting to too much. It's going to need to be a major mistake. Maybe a minor mistake where Powerade can then just slowly capitalize on it over the next 3 laps. I don't know. What do you think? Does he have enough time on good driving alone? I think we're going to need a big mistake here. BGM is going to be getting passed up as well by Kiki and Frost. None of them taking the shortcut. Let's see. Powerade taking it smooth as well.
BGM is racing surprisingly well so far.
Right.
Although I think it drives Humma quite a bit. But he's doing a lot better than in the previous Cash Cup. He doesn't have a strike yet. He's keeping up with Kiki and Frost in this race. Nick has had a crash, but he's 80 meters ahead of Powerade still.
Wow.
So I think they should be safe. Fam is 100 meters ahead of everyone else.
Ooh. I mean, this is the last that we are going to see of Museum 2. Kiki having some trouble on that shortcut and is going to be falling back into the buffer zone. But it's a 100 meter, give or take, buffer zone. So they've got to be feeling pretty confident going into this last lap here. Now, one note on BGM. Last month, the EXETC wasn't a favorite for, you know, a good amount of the drivers. They didn't love it. And also, it was an endurance event. Once you start getting behind in endurance, you can start to lose that mindset. Kiki with a nice overtake in the shortcut.
Yeah, these places won't matter unless Powerade gets up close, but
yeah.
I don't think that's not gonna happen at this point. So they're just racing for fun.
So it is going to be Powerade eliminated on Museum 2. Lopesca getting the strike. So, you know, if you're feeling hype, I mean, Twitch is crazy, am I right? Anyways, let me go ahead and close that track pool, and let's head on to Moon Dawn. Now, this is going to be track number 6, if I'm counting correctly. So, all of these racers have made it through quite a ways. They have made it pretty much past the halfway point. We're at the halfway point, about to cross it, you know, something like that. Looks like we might be waiting for someone to load in.
It is Frost.
It's Frost. Okay, okay. Maybe doesn't have the track. No, just kidding.
No, it clearly has the track.
Yeah, of course, of course. Lopesca and Nick with the white Humma skin. Now, what if you're just joining us right now? Wow. We'll resume that in just a second. Look at these issues. From the start, Frost has lost like 50 meters at the very beginning. Lopesca as well, but Lopesca going to be running into that triangle as they head towards the moon.
Yeah, but we have to remember that even 4 laps on this track are really long. It's still 6 minutes, so Frost has a lot of time to catch back up.
Moon Dawn is the longest track. Yes, BGM having some issue there in the moon section.
And Frost is back to fighting for the force already. And he's gonna go for the cut, unlike BGM. Oh, he's gonna mess it up though. So
That's a bit crazy. Yeah, he is gonna get passed up by BGM, going for a bit of a crazy cut. Lopesca is struggling, though. Lopesca needs to bring it back. Now, okay, this map is kind of the opposite of Museum, in my opinion, out of the track pool, because it is one of the tracks where there's more likely for some crazy stuff to happen, some bounces, some spins, some flips, etc. So we will see if that comes into play. Lopesca's got his work cut out for him. So let me resume what I was saying at the very beginning of the race, which is if you are just now tuning in, first of all, welcome. Second of all, the racers with the black Humma skin indicate that they have not lost their extra life. Racers with the white Humma skin indicate that they have lost their extra life. You have 2 lives in this knockout series. The bottom 2 places get a strike. They lose one of their lives at the end of every single track. That's 2, last place and next to last place.
And Lopesca with the white skin. Lopesca is with the white skin and he lost. It's not looking great for him.
He's in the hot seat, for sure.
But one of the other drivers is gonna get a strike. Unless it's Nick who gets in the bottom 2 and is getting eliminated.
Right. Frost having some more troubles and goes for the shortcut once again. BGM might have had some issues there. He is going to be falling back just a little bit behind Frost, but Frost has been taking some crazy routing here, so we'll see how it plays out. Frost has been in a bit of a gambling mood, it seems like.
Oh, Fem is jumping on the left of that tree. That's interesting.
Well, I'll have to catch that on the next track. Instead of going between the trees, he's going on the left?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes, at least this time.
BGM tweaking that landing a little bit, is going to be falling a little bit further behind Frost, slowly, but we got Nick, Fam, and Kiki. It's relatively close, about 50 meters, and one mistake on Moon Dawn can easily be 50 meters, so Fam falling back just a little bit. Who is in the lead here? We got Kiki, of course. Kiki out in the lead. This group of 3.
Nick and Fem are fighting.
Yes.
The biggest question might be BGM, because he's 60 meters behind Frost.
As they head through the moon landing section, all 3 of our front 3 making it through perfection. Frost as well. BGM taking a bit of a different route, and it's a tricky route. I take the exact same route that BGM just took, and it looks suboptimal now that I'm seeing it.
Oh, Fem is gonna have a bit of a bad shortcut, but it's gonna still make it.
Frost going for the shortcut as well. Kiki has to reset.
BGM's
Kiki.
going around. He's gonna be 100 meters.
Alright, let's see how Fam takes this jump.
Yep, he's jumping on the left of that tree.
He looks
It's
really
a
stable.
bit of a game.
Yeah, he looks really stable when he does it, too.
It's probably a strategy that he learned on Toyeka, and it seems like he can apply it to Humma as well. So the fight for the lead is on. The fight in the back isn't really. It seems like Lopesca's gonna be probably out with 260 meters of a gap. That's hard to overcome over one lap. BGM is 150 behind Kiki, so he might get his first strike. And Nick is in the lead with 1 strike, but he gets to pick the next strike.
Yeah.
If he can stay there.
I mean, we're at the point now where it's like, if you're in the bottom 2, there's not really anyone that you want to see in front of you where you're like, I can catch them. There's, I mean, really only exceptional drivers here, like, not going to be making many mistakes, but like we've been saying,
Nick
the
going
pressure. Yeah,
That's
they're
a
all
beautiful
taking
look
it crazy. Look at Kiki. Major time loss. This is a moment where BGM can potentially see a glimpse of hope.
It's still over 100 meters.
It is quickly being taken away.
Fam is going for the left of the tree again. He's gonna land it. It seems like he's making it consistently. So it's Fam 10 meters in front of Frost. they might finish like that. Nick kind of threw it away and
Frost, big shortcut attempt here. Is he gonna land it? It's pretty nice. I don't know if it really saves him any time though. It is gonna be Fan finishing it out in first place.
yeah, so Nick threw a bait when they were in the asteroid section and he hit the drill.
All right, so we got a quick bathroom break headed in here. So let's go ahead and let Lopesca finish. It does look like it's going to be Lopesca eliminated. BGM going to be having to switch to the white Humma skin.
Also, thank you for the cheer, Powerade.
Ooh.
I didn't actually see that. Take this for. He said take it for next month.
I am so sorry. Yeah, we do not have those enabled. We'll definitely enable them for next month. So where it like makes a...
It is enabled because Powerade just did.
Yeah, but where it makes a sound and some kind of visual on the screen, something like that.
Oh, you mean like that? Yeah.
But shout out Powerade.
Back.
As we head into the final races after this Moon Dawn race.
I mean, they could technically still pick StadVolt.
They could. They could.
So Nick and Kiki start on the front row. Nick and BGM have strikes already. So they're gonna be the ones to watch the most, because they could die instantly. Nick is getting away to a good start, however he crashes as soon as I say that. So he's now down in fifth.
BGM, he was looking so good. He gets spun around by every single car, smacking him right in the face as they drive past him. How does he take the moon? He has seen the better line, and he takes it with perfection. Might have just went to avoid, was maybe a little bit worried about that line at first, but opts for it this round, and it does work out in his favor. Now, big shortcuts come out. Frost, Nick, Kiki, all going to be going for it. And Famous.
He's the only one not doing that.
Famous was having some trouble there.
He's having difficulties again.
Seems to have recovered somewhat. Now he is going to be getting the advantage by taking the left jump on the tree here, but we'll see. Yeah, it looks nice. It looks nice. So Kiki, currently the second in line for a strike as we finish lap 1.
But they're all really close still. Only 20 meters between the furthest ones. And it's actually really close in the middle, and the leader and last place are a bit further, but...
BGM is only 25 meters back.
Yeah, that's still not too far. Oh, he's going for the low route. It's gonna make it. But he lost a bit of time, I think.
I think so too. Now, Fam actually chose this track, and he is currently sitting in 3rd place on it. Kiki tweaking the landing just a little bit there, is sliding through. Nick has to repo, falls into the water. Now, that's what I was talking about. On that swamp area in specific, the terrain is not very grippy, so he does slide off into the water.
Are we gonna get 2 eliminations here?
Very possible. Ooh, Kiki flipping on the jump. An uncharacteristic situation. We have not seen many people wrecking at that portion. But it does happen. It absolutely happens, and it just did. So Nick and Kiki starting to fall back from the main pack somewhat.
If my main pack could be in the 2 leaders,
yes.
Kind of, but now Frost has spawned. So Frost is only 50 meters ahead of Nick. It's not done yet. Frost doesn't have a strike yet. I feel like it would be still a bit unexpected for him to lose those 2 spots, but Nick and Kiki are definitely putting in a fight here.
Big fight. BGM as well. BGM still in the yellow. Only 20 meters. He has decreased At this spot last lap, he was about 5 meters further back, maybe a bit farther than that. Did he go for the other route? He's staying
He
in.
went low. He went low.
Ah, well, he's staying yellow. Still only 20 meters. Do they go for the shortcut? Kiki opting not to go for the shortcut.
BGM2. Nick, I'm not sure what Nick did, but he didn't gain time, that's for sure. Not much. Seems like the shortcut is quite inconsistent with Humma.
I would agree with that.
BGM is going left here. I don't think it
Kiki!
really matters. Kiki with the crash.
And they're both in the orange, trying to catch Nick. They both...
Oh wow, Kiki went on the left of the tree.
Yeah, he
Just
did
as
indeed.
Famous usually does. And he hit a tree while jumping. I'm not exactly sure how Fam makes it work. I think he already practiced that.
Seems like you need pretty precise routing if you want to hit that. Now, BGM, they are in the red. Now, we were saying BGM was in the yellow, and he was for both Kiki and I believe like third place, but has fallen back a little bit further.
Yeah, BGM and Kiki have had some difficulties in the previous lap. And ahead of them is Nick, so will likely get an elimination. Because in the last three there are two cars with the white skin, with one strike.
Kiki holds on, but Kiki needs perfection, or at least needs Nick to make a mistake here. Does Nick go for the shortcut? Indeed he does. Takes it very slow. Kiki spinning around. Ah! In the quicksand. Is going to get past for BGM.
Kiki is probably getting a strike after that huge mistake there. Because he lost 70 meters by going into the lake. Even after the mistake. But it seems like Nick is gonna be able to finish third, which would mean
Well,
BGM is gonna be out.
He's repoing. He had some issues in the tree. BGM doesn't make any mistakes, but is it enough? I don't know if there's anything that is going to be able to trip up Nick here.
As well.
Gonna need a major mistake here. I don't see how it happens.
In the meanwhile, Frost won the race, so he's gonna pick. Nick finishes third.
And it is going to be BGM and Kiki.
Kiki gets strike number 1.
I have learned new shortcut on Moon Down.
I think we got more in the no in the end. This will be interesting.
Indeed it will. Kiki and Famous starting out in the pole positions, but not the most ideal pole position with a turn like that right away. Kiki making a bit of a breakaway. It's just a little baby breakaway, but the track just started.
Oh, Frost gets crashed! He's slumped into the fold.
He's getting slammed by Fam. A little bit of bitterness coming out there. This is going to be Frost. 30 meters back on lap 1. 12 laps. Nick and Kiki fighting for their lives. Need to come in first or second here.
Fam is right between them. Okay, this could be close. It would be really interesting if Kiki and Nick finish 1-2.
It would be
Oh,
extremely...
Nick gets lumped into the rock though. Frost is not far behind. He's catching back up.
Bam!
Oh, and
Bam!
Fam crashes.
Big
So he's
crash.
now in last.
He's so close to both of them though.
I think Frost really wants to win this. His goal is probably to eliminate Fam. with
Ooh,
divider. And Frost crashes though.
ooh.
Frost crashes though, so now
Nick as well. It was a much more minor crash than Frost, but Frost with an amazing recovery.
Kiki is running strong so far, within lap 5 of 12. Fem is second. The fight is really on between second, third, and fourth.
I think Fam might be slowing down a little bit. Not literally slowing down, but I don't know if that is the best turn that he's taking there. We will see. It looks like Frost and Nick got a little bit of ground on him there. As they take that jump, Frost almost looking like getting some instability, but he manages to hold on. Fam with a super clean turn right there.
Kiki is not that far either.
Mm-mm.
Fem is gonna be running against his first strike here. Nick is running for his life. If Nick gets last place, he's getting eliminated.
And we are past halfway done on the track. The spots are so they're all visible to each other at all points, pretty much. But at the same time, there are some gaps, some very, very small gaps that are starting to form. And with racers of this caliber, those small gaps are going to matter quite a lot. In the earlier laps, we saw some mistakes being made by a few of the racers, but it looks like those mistakes have gone down and down as the track has gone on. Fam sitting comfortably in second at the moment. Not super comfortably, you know, but all things considered, couldn't ask for a much better situation.
Right behind.
Yeah.
Frost was I think Frost was expecting to do better than Fam here because of the rider, but he's been having a bit of a bad race compared to himself so far.
There have been some accidents for sure. None of these racers are out of it yet. Fourth to second is still possible. There have been wrecks at that portion in specific. Not going to be happening this lap though, and we've only got 2 laps left.
They have to run through that section 2 more times. Frost is right behind Fam. It's gonna be interesting. If seems like one of them is gonna get a strike based on this, unless Kiki really messes up.
So if that
Fam
is the
slowing
case,
down, really here, going safe. Frost is going.
It worked out. Frost went super wide though. Ooh,
yeah, he was really aggressive, and that ruined his exit. He carried way too much speed in that turn.
This is the last lap.
Yes.
Yeah. We gotta see what happens here. Kiki looks like he nailed it. Everyone nailing it. And it's gonna be Frost getting a strike. Fame is gonna be the last one alive with no strikes. And that is relevant to the finale phase. We will explain that shortly. But if there is one racer with a strike and one without a strike, they will have a slight advantage in being able to choose the track. Well played, Nick and Frost. White Humma.
Yeah, Jail is a strong strike for both of them. It was an interesting choice by Kiki, especially after winning Aspenside. We'll see how it plays out. Frost gets off to a good start. Kiki backs up a bit into the first turn. He doesn't want to get into a crash already. So the 2 people with a single strike are leading. Fam is right behind them though. And he makes a small mistake there.
That portion right there in specific was trouble for me during the practice phase. They're not going to be running into any issues there, but Kiki running into the wall just a little bit while they're in the sewers. They make their way out through checkout and up and around.
Nix has expected the StadVolt as Kiki's pick. I think that's also a strong track for him, so... And I think he also won that in the first race. But he picked Jailhouse, and we'll see if Kiki can catch back up, because he is now 20 meters behind. So as we are standing, Kiki would be eliminated, and Fem and Frost would go into the final phase. With Fem also getting a strike.
Exactly. And as I've been saying, that will be relevant. We'll discuss exactly how once we reach the finale phase. Kiki at 20 meters behind, headed into lap 3. Fam and Frost only, you know.
Not 20, cause...
That's right. It is going to be much more than that as they head into the full speed portion, looking like 56 meters. That is not the only race at hand, though. We have Frost and Famous. Super close. Famous having some issues in the filing cabinets, and oh my, it's going to be 25 meters. Fam going to be aiming to, while his tournament life is not on the line, he is going to be aiming to not get that strike.
They're a bit spread out right now. We'll see
Very.
if Fam or Frost makes a mistake.
When I am in this situation, in first place, I am prone to mistakes, and it looks like Frostbitten did have a bit of a mistake there on the landing. Does straighten it back out, doesn't fall into the water or anything like that, but does have to slow it down for just a little bit, and it does give Famous a bit of a window to crawl through. Still has some ways to make up, but Frost has got to be feeling the pressure on him in this moment.
Yeah, Fam is definitely getting a bit closer.
It looked like he was about to lose stability there, but he holds on.
Fam's best lap is 0.1 better than Frost. That pace is clearly similar. But it seems like Fam is getting a bit, just a bit closer so far. There's a bit more than a lap left.
Ooh.
Oh, Frost is the inside barrel.
Tries to take
Fam
it.
makes a 49.9.
Exactly. He tries to take it super narrow. He hits that. What even is the barrels? He runs smack into a barrel. Now they got the filing cabinets here. Fam had some issues. Not going to be repeating those issues. This is the final lap. Headed down into the sewers. Scary portion right here. They both hold on. One more. Still hold on.
I think if Frost doesn't win it, he has to go for a tiebreaker between him and Kiki.
Indeed,
Based
indeed.
on what Bim is. So it really is important for him because he could be guaranteed into the finals if he wins. Fam is right behind him.
He's really going super aggressive. He almost takes a dip into the pool, and while he avoids it, it is going to be Frost edging out that victory. It is going to be Kiki getting the boot in third place, almost making it into the cash money. Not quite, though. So Famous and Frost both making it into the cash. Congratulations to both of you. Now you both have a strike. So you both received a strike, which means the final, the first track is going to be random. The person with the least amount of strikes will be able to choose the track between the two remaining. But because you both have a strike, it is going to be random. So we're headed to the finale phase. We are going to flip a coin here to see who Frost is going to be heads, and do I need? Should I show it? Yeah. Okay. So Frost is heads and Fam is tails. We're flipping the coin. It is tails. And I still have this up. Okay, we have got the game screen back up. Welcome. Back to ReVolt, and we are going to be headed to the new track. It is, of course, not an actual new track, but it is a severely underplayed and under-respected track, Cliffside Court. So, maybe some people in the chat who have never played Cliffside Court before. This may be a new track to you entirely. Either way.
This is a track that's strong for both of them, I have to say, at least on Toyeka. We'll see how it is on Humma. Frost remained with the white skin, I guess that's staying.
It's fine.
So, Fam is leading. Frost is right behind. Frost clips the inside, and he's gonna spin. Not a huge loss, but almost 20 meter loss.
Now, notably, there are two shortcuts on this track. One of them we just were at, and then the second one is about to come up right here. We'll see if they go for it. I'm sure they will. Goes for it. They both go for it, and they stick the landing. Now, that is going to be one. Now, that is one of the reasons why I like this track so much. You've got two very challenging shortcuts that are quite punishing if you fail them. We will see if they go for it each round. Fam does have a 20-meter lead. He's still electing to take that shortcut.
Well, of course, not taking it is also a big loss, so... Raz is saying in the chat that if either of them falls off the ramp shortcut, they are pretty much dead, but that could happen to the other in the upcoming lap.
Absolutely.
So there's 6 of them. I don't think you can go safe there, really, so...
You definitely cannot go safe on shortcut number 2. I'd say on shortcut number 1, they might be able to take it a little bit safe, but I don't think that they want to. I think that they feel confident in their ability to nail that shortcut each lap, and they're turning it out. They've done it so far, 3 for 3. I would say that the first shortcut is the harder of the two, but I'm sure that there's could be disagreement on that.
The ramp is a really hard cut where you have to nail the entrance so that you won't flip. You have to get a nice lineup for that because you have to land it.
Right.
And then you have to get a good exit in a way that you jump onto the platform but don't lose much time.
You gotta have some speed going into that jump. Exactly, so. Lap number 4. Oh, I was just about to say that they have been looking so steady, but Frost with the moment that he just drops his focus and is gonna be sliding over, careening over the side of the track. It is going to be a 60-meter lead for Famous, but as we talked about, that second shortcut is such a huge deal. All it takes is one error at that shortcut to lose about 50 meters. So, 2 laps left. Frost taking it very narrow on that. I do quite enjoy that. Fam, nailing it so far.
Yeah, the gap is staying around the same. So unless Fam messes up, he is gonna be able to win this race.
Fam, nailing that first shortcut.
Can you make this one? This is where Frost messed up. He's gonna go safe here. On that one you can go safe. On the ramp cut, you can't really, unless you go round it.
Big
Fam
ramp
going
cut,
for it,
no problem.
And he makes it.
It will require something insane to happen. Not gonna happen. It is going to be Fam.
Fam wins the first race.
So we are going to be headed to StadVolt. Frost is choosing the next track. The loser of the previous track chooses the next track. Often how it's done in esports events, it's going to be done the same way here in the finale phase. 2 equally matched competitors gives them the biggest chance of tight competition. And now keep in mind, since Fam won the first track, if he loses StadVolt, he will be choosing the final track. So Fam does still have an advantage here off of winning that first track as far as track selection goes. But we are going to be headed StadVolt 8 laps to begin second track. Now this is game point for Fam, match point, game point, everything point for Fam. Frost is going to need to win the next 2 tracks.
Yes, but also, if Frost wins this, Fam gets to choose the last track. So that win was also crucial in that sense.
Exactly.
Nick says Frost is stronger there, and I can see that. I think... Oh! Fam has difficulties with the dirt and bombs. Even if it's a decent track for him, at least on Yeka.
Now, Frost was scaring me a little bit on that first turn after they go into the car. He looked like he was about to go on that ramp, but no major issues. But Fam, a noticeable spin out there.
He's still maintaining.
He finds the inner line and passes up Frost, exactly.
The shortcut is quite powerful, I'd say.
Tricky, very
it's
tricky
not
shortcut.
that big a gain, but it's like 3 to 4 meters.
What about going off to the right here? That's not that wouldn't be a thing with this car. Famous having some
That is
trouble
the
on the
thing with
barrel.
this car.
Ah,
We've already seen Nick going for it.
I
in
saw
the
that.
first
Yes,
race,
yes.
and he even gained with it.
Fam goes for the shortcut. A slight slowdown before it.
He did gain a bit, but it's not a huge gain. So now there's 20 meters, almost 20 meters between them. And as Nick said, Frost is strong here. So we'll see if Fem can catch back up.
Famous does have his workout cut out for him because, as we talked about, that was in a turny portion of the track, and he is going to have some trouble on that bridge. 50 meters is going to be what Fam has to make up. Ooh, do we have a DC? No, we're good. Okay, that was maybe someone else.
So it's 50 meters between them.
It's maybe closer
Fem's
to
mistakes
60.
are costing him for sure.
Yeah. Half the track remains. Over half the track. Slightly.
Oh, Fem is making another mistake.
He is,
That's a big slide
this
right there.
specific portion has been causing some serious issues for Fam. He doesn't look like he's been able to recover thus far. He needs to be going for those shortcuts each time, and he's going to take it. Fam, not one to give up. Not one to ever throw in the towel here, but Frost is neither. Neither one of these racers is going to give each other an inch. Or a centimeter, you know, if you prefer that.
I might not be one to give up, but I think...
Ooh, he's
it
been
just had-
every single lap. He has been struggling right there. Now,
But he also knows that if he loses this one, he has nothing to lose really, because...
exactly what I was
like,
going to say.
it-
It's all winning here. He could win this track and it's over, but if he loses, he still gets to choose his next track. So,
The last, which is gonna be the last
the
track that's gonna
finale
decide the whole
track.
thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
The finale of the finale. It's not quite over yet. Keep in mind, we got full lap 6, full lap 7, full lap 8 ahead of us here.
But Frost is just pulling away with each
I mean,
lap, so...
Frost would have to have an absolute disaster scenario at this point to give up 170 meters. It's happened before. Will it happen again? Fam, letting the pressure get to him potentially. Is going to be
I think
running
he's just risking at this
smack
point.
dab into
They
18.
met at the
Exactly,
crossroad.
exactly.
They met at the crossroad.
They did.
even, so-
No wreck going to be happening, but I agree with you. I think Fam is going full speed, recognizes that the only way that he's going to be able to come back is from a miracle that is obtained by him going as fast as humanly possible up until that point. So Fam recognizing his win condition and going for it.
220 meters between them. They had a really similar lap since they met again.
Yeah. Oh man, just some. Fam has just been getting some tips here, some taps there, and it's not been good for him. They have been spinning him off in all different sorts of directions.
Yeah, I think the turns here are a lot of turns here are fast turn. Like, and it's the same thing I mentioned. Yeka is stable on those. Humma, you need to be really careful with tapping for that.
Absolutely.
Like, this is one of the fastest turns, and Fem had just crashed here.
Now, like we've been saying during this entire StadVolt, Fam does have a little bit of, consolation in the fact that he is going to be choosing the final track. So we will see what he goes with. Perhaps Museum 2? But, I mean, Frost looks so good on Museum 2 as well. All right.
So it's gonna be Museum 2.
Hate that there was some confusion on the rules there. I don't think that it's going to actually factor into any difference in what Frostbitten was doing because Frost still won on StadVolt here. So they
Easily.
are going to be headed to a third track. I'm sorry that wasn't clarified enough. Islam just made himself ready. Be careful. Is he still able?
No, he didn't. I see demo spec.
Okay, good. So this is the track that decides everything. Again, hey, that the rules were not clarified enough for these racers, but it is the way it is, and it played out just fine. We are going to be headed to Museum 2, which, funnily enough, Famous and Frost have both won during this event. They have both won on this track.
The most interesting part might be whether they are going for the cut. It's 8 laps, and they're only facing each other, so if one of them is with a safe lead, they might just go around. As they are standing right next to each other, oh, Fam did that turn a lot better than Frost, gained like 3 meters. They're both going for the cut. Fam is gonna make it a lot better.
It is looking, I was gonna say good for Fam. I mean, yeah, all things considered, it is a nice lead. It's nothing that he can, you know, take a breath at or anything, take a moment, because he needs to be fully focused. 12 meters is definitely not enough to get a win against Frost with this many laps remaining.
So they're both gonna go for it again. I wonder at what point will they mess it up, because I feel like that you can do it, cannot do it. I mean, 8 laps in a row. But we'll see. They are great drivers, so it's a possibility, but at least one of them might mess it up at some point.
Man, I almost don't even want to say anything. It looks like they are staying so close that 8 meters is just a number that keeps coming back up. They are staying neck and neck. They both know the exact lines that they want on this track. As I was saying, they both won this track. In fact, I believe it was Frostbitten that chose, was it not? I believe Frost chose this track all 3 times, yes, or twice. So yeah.
I don't think it's because he's at advantage here. I think he was playing
strategic.
So the gap is staying. They both made the cut 3 times in a row. Will they be able to make it for the fourth time? Frost did get a bit closer in this lap. And he messes up the shortcut. I was gonna say he had a better entrance, but then that's a big loss. So now he might have to go for it. And it's Fam at advantage.
Rough situation for Frost here. Fam's gotta be feeling super good. He knows that he can't go into cruise control yet. But feeling pretty good with Humma's recovery, and it looks like Frost might have made another minor mistake or some way to lose
can just go around the cut, man.
Is he gonna do it though? No, he's still going for the shortcut.
No, okay.
Wants as much ground as possible. Feels super confident in taking that shortcut.
Yeah, I feel like he's almost as confident.
Right.
As confident as on Yeka. So I think he got a feel for the cut on Humma.
And oh my. Not quite an inverse of what happened on StadVolt, but it's certainly shaping up to be that way.
So Fam is gonna go for it.
And he nails it. There's only 2 more chances left.
Frost makes a great shortcut.
Looks like making a bit of recovery.
Fam did a high 35. Frost did a 35 198. That's not gonna be enough. There's 2 laps left. So unless Fam crashes. And Frost is of course at full risk at this point. So Frost has a higher chance of crashing. Fam is probably going safe even if he's going for the cut.
Yeah, I think definitely lost some acceleration there for us, going full pedal to the metal, and not going to work out in his favor. Final lap.
1 lap left.
8 of 8.
And Fam is running away.
It's going to take a major throw from Fam. And we've seen some major throws in the RBCC happen.
Yeah, but I don't think that
it's going to take a lot, though. Yeah.
It's 90 meters.
I mean,
Fam
this is
easily leading.
Fam feeling super confident on Museum 2, not even skipping the shortcut.
So last month he didn't even participate because he wasn't sure about the event. But this time on Humma, on the car that he prefers less, he's gonna win.
Is
the
going to be taking home the
RBCC.
money. Yeah, congratulations to
And Frost
Fam.
finishes second,
Frost
so
in
he
the
also
money.
gets a bit of that. 35-0 on Humma. Frost made incredible laps in those final few,
Really, really amazing.
especially the last one. He was all out on risk, and I
Wow.
think the pressure really improves his performance.
Yeah. GG's to Frost. Frost is going to be taking home the money. Now, I believe our money was actually undershot because we had another entrant. So we're looking at, it's potentially like over $25 is going to be going to FAM in USD, and somewhere about like 650 is going to be going to Frost. So congratulations to both of those racers. That money will be going out shortly. Again, hate that there were some issues with exactly how the rules were laid out in the finale phase, but I will mention that all of the information that was questioned was in the rulebook. So make sure next time you do check out that rulebook. There will be rulebooks available for our RVCCs where you'll be able to get all of the little details figured out to help you strategize. Now, that's going to be us. Anything else that you'd like to cover, Duck?
I just like to say that this ended up going pretty great.
Yes.
And I didn't expect Fem to win in the end.
I did not either.
He's not that great of a Humma driver, but he did some really nice strategies and some nice saves. I think Aspenside was part of that.
Oh, yeah.
Part of what gave Fem the win, giving Frost a strike. And although I don't think it really mattered in the end, but Frost not winning that ultimately did cost him a bit by not being able to pick track.
Yep. Wow. Well, what a game that was. Shout out to everybody in chat who showed up. Do we still have that prediction? Do we want to close that prediction?
Yeah, I did close that.
Oh, we closed. Very nice. Congratulations to our drivers. Shout out to chat. We had a huge chat room today. I'm sure that y'all noticed. Y'all turned it out. I'm glad that y'all were interested in the races.
I'd still like to discuss some things about the tourney.
Absolutely, it could be improved for sure. This was only our
I
second
meant
time.
about this one specifically.
Yes.
So I'd say that Kiki did really good. Last time he clearly practiced, and it could be seen this time as well.
Absolutely.
Kiki performed great, and he's also a good Humma driver. So I think it was also partially thanks to that, but he's clearly improving a lot. And I'd also say that, yeah, Kiki choosing Jailhouse was really weird. I agree with Rails on that. Because that's really a Frost and Famous track. So he was kinda digging his grave with that pick. And also BGM did great.
That's who I was gonna mention. BGM did amazingly as well. I wasn't sure. BGM did not contact me about entering the event until a couple of days before the event started, so I really wasn't sure. I hated to it to be like, people getting a strike and then getting eliminated the next race, but I did feel like some people were definitely going to be practicing for this event. There was a nice big prize pool, so for BGM to be fighting, he was fighting second, third, a lot of those races. So shout out to him as well. Shout out to all the racers who showed up. Thank you. I'm glad that y'all are enjoying it. As usual, we will have some suggestion time for the next month's event. One thing that I would like to say is I'd like to plan out exactly when things will be announced. For example, have everything done by the 15th or something like that, and have like an announcement ready to go. That would be really cool, just to give you all more time to know what's going on, more time to practice. We're still getting it figured out, but we love y'all for showing up, for making this a thing, and we'll see you next month. Again, anything else?
This one went a lot better than the last event, I have to say, based on drivers' feedback.
Yes.
Because during the event, there were a lot more complaints.
Yes, the EXCTC, there were a lot of people who were not feeling that car. But, you know, the Humma, and we've also got some ideas about how to implement maybe some less used cars, but in ways where it won't be upsetting people, you know. Duck actually mentioned a great idea for the next month's event, which I love. I won't say it right now, but I do love that idea. Shout Artsu, shout out Nick, Ware, thank y'all, Ryals, all y'all for showing up.
Oh, that I was gonna write it on my own account.
Yeah.
That.
There we go.
Anyway, I wrote it on both in the end.
Yeah, it works.
So I'm gonna also be uploading it on YouTube, but
Yes.
cutting out the unnecessary parts like between races.
Right, yeah, there were some
Like
issues
last time.
between races a couple times, so if you want to check out a shortened version with just the meat and you know nothing else, then be sure to check out the video on YouTube on Duck's channel.
Yeah, it should it will be on Revolt.
On
United
Revolt
then.
United, of course, yes. So
We have a channel, you know.
yes, make sure you sub to, or you know, just are follow it however you do it on YouTube. I guess sub the Revolt United channel if you want to check out that. So thank y'all again. I think that concludes it.
That should be uploaded tomorrow. Thank you for being here, and see you next month.
Yep. See ya.